let's just jump into it, huh? We're going to be the bad man this morning, chat. You know, it's a memory lapse format, and the rest of us are just living in it for historic. So we're going to lapse some people. We're going to Archmage Charm to draw some cards. We've got some Narsets to deny our opponents some cards. We've got Expertise and Fatal Push and Flunk as spot removal. We've got some Thoughtseize and some Disputes as disruption. We got some Shark Typhoons for some threats. Yeah, I don't think Drink Twice is playable in this format. So yeah. And at the end of the day, there's no Teferi of Hero Dominaria in this deck. So really, are we truly the bad guy? I think the answer is no, chat. So let's go ahead and jump on into some games with this and see if we can make some people sad this morning. Nah, playing Sharks and Memory Lapse is just fighting fire with fire. We'll play Shipwreck Marsh on one, so that way we can have a black source down but still work up towards triple blue on 3. Hey, thank you for the 56 months, Incendium. 56 is the sum of 6 consecutive primes. 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 11 plus 13 plus 17. Also a long AF prime substreak. Ain't that the truth? It is. So we've got Archmage's Charm if they're a spell-based deck. We've got Expertise if they're a creature deck. Hey, Kurt, thanks for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. That's interesting. I don't think I really care about this. And Narset's a great draw here, because I get to go ahead and clean out their dorks and then drop my card advantage.
I have practiced against many with thoughtfulness before action.
So I think I'm going to grab Mystic Dispute. I think just like bad cancels probably plays here. Hey, thanks for the 17 months, Kurt. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Hone your prowess.
Push that one off a cliff. I think this is a land for the time being. I'm gonna go ahead and use my mana here.
I know 88 ways to defeat. I have just the trick for this.
This is a hard cast Shark Typhoon kind of game, fam.
Open mind.
Feels like a hard cast Shark Typhoon kind of game. Morning, silly. Listen, chat keeps calling me evil for playing this deck, but I'm just a product of the environment in which I've been raised, okay? It's not my fault I'm like this. Historic has turned me into this monster. The weather is cloudy with a chance of sharks, fam. Insert witty comment here. Thank you for the 73 months, Tumos. 2 months. I have a story I think you'll appreciate. So I have someone working to do some rebranding stuff for me. We're going to be integrating and making a bunch of my stuff look a lot more clean. They're redoing everything, like overlays, alerts, sub badges, everything. And they gave me the first draft of the sub badges that they were working on. I was like, yeah, these look good, but like, what about my 5 and 6 months, or my 5 and 6 year and then 7 year subs? And they were like, wait, you have 6 year subs? I was like, yeah, I'm an old man. I've been here a while. We got plenty of extra spot removal here in the board. We got some Witch's Vengeance. We got a Meathook Massacre. We'll trim some of these counter spells out of here, I think. That's true. We didn't get a chance to play the old shark. Well, I'm ancient in terms of Twitch metrics. I'm ancient. Like the number of people who have been around to have subs as long as Tumos has been here. Honestly, I'd be surprised if there's like triple digit Twitch content creators that have 6+ year subs. I'm not quite an OG. Day 9 has triple digit subs. I watched someone resub for 100th month last night while I was watching him. I was like, wow. Okay, yeah. So we're not quite that OG, but we're something of a relic. 6 years on the internet is retirement age. Yep, basically. I think Charm and Memory Lapse are probably worth keeping in. I found this Prime sub in Bezos' couch. Thanks for the 19 months, Win Magus. Yeah, chat's weird sometimes. You're fine. Yeah, day 9's like the OG. We're lucky to have him in Magic now. You've been around for 6 years and haven't been canceled. That's impressive. So no joke. So I've been doing content for, probably 7 or 8 years now at this point. And when I was first starting out doing content full time, like my sub count was taking off and I was moving into doing more stuff, I had let's call them a conservative family member who wasn't happy with my political leanings on things, that decided that I didn't deserve to do this as a job, so they were going to get me canceled. But it turns out, if you're not a shit tier human being, you really, like, it. That's why, like, I often talk about cancel culture not existing, and like it turns out, if you're not an awful individual, you can't get canceled, because there aren't shitty things that you've done or said for people to dig up. I am a big fan of the family you choose. There are people I am blood related to, and then there are people that I consider family. And those groups of people are not the same. Well, thanks for the third of a year quick roll, Walrus. I appreciate it. Yeah, and actually, and I can look back on this and chuckle about it now because of just like I think we take another sweep here, the absurdity of it. But the big nail in the coffin that they decided was my terrible past that they wanted to run with was in my first home. When my two older kids were little, like 2 to 4, we were in that home. We had a white wall that was a coloring wall, and we gave the kids markers, and they were explicitly allowed to color on this wall with markers. Like they were given permission. Like, this is your coloring wall. You can color on the wall and decorate it however you want. And they decided to run with Jeff is an awful parent and human being because he couldn't control his kids and he let them color on the wall. It's like, man, y'all need a life. Do I care about a Paradise Druid? I don't, right? All right, search for Azcanta is great. Narset dying doesn't really matter in this matchup. Are 2 cards in their bin currently for Drowned in the Loch. What if they get to draw a card with Elvish? That's true, actually. Like, that's a card they could be playing that draws a card. This thing costs 5 mana. It's so much mana, chat. And I think now that I have 2 things in play here, I'm going to go ahead and Witch's Vengeance. Creatures of the type of your choice get my instruments. I just want to make sure I don't mix this up with Crippling Fear. By the way, for my Pokemon Unite fans in the audience, we're going to be doing some Pokemon Unite at the end of the stream today and the next few days. And I posted a patch review. So they did a pretty big balance patch along with the mobile release. So that is up on YouTube. Oh, I get to keep this and transform this. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. I played 1 game of Unite on mobile, and it seemed fine. The controls are very similar to playing in paper. Or playing in paper, playing with the controller. Yeah, no joke. If we were playing a match of Paper Magic right now, I would just be playing with my hand face up on the table. Just like, you know, you can concede at any point. If you're having fun, you keep playing. But if you're not having fun, we could all move along with our lives.
Mind and body should move in unison. Keep an open mind.
Meathook Massacre with Shark Typhoon's actually kind of funny too, huh?
Meditate and prepare.
It doesn't feel like my opponent and I are playing the same Magic format. Like, no joke. Like, it feels like we're playing different formats. Like, this card is so silly. This, like, we talk about Memory Lapse and even Lightning Helix to a degree a lot of the time, but, like, this card is such a huge part of why these control decks are so good and oppressive. Yeah, they made Unite more free-to-play friendly too, Beansy. So if you get your account to level 14 at levels 10, 12, and 14, you get an item that maxes one of your held items to level 30. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm so used to playing Magic and dealing with wizards, I wasn't expecting Tencent to address the pay-to-win complaints in Unite. Yeah, it's retroactive too. And if you use it to max an item that you already leveled to 20, it refunds you the other item enhancer you'd already put into it. So you get to, for free to play, you get to very easily max a full set of items for at least one Pokemon. So yeah, a lot of good quality of life stuff they added too, in addition to good balance changes. I wasn't expecting them to be consumer friendly. What's the best held items to max is free to play? Focus Band basically goes on everything. It's probably one of the best items in the game. I think Pikachu's like one of the only Pokemon I don't play it on. Focus Band, Muscle Band, Buddy Barrier, Score Shield are the top items. Yeah, Buddy Barrier you can put on literally anyone, and it'll be great. It's very good. Turn 1, Zagoth Triumph. I probably don't need a Fatal Push on turn 2 against Zagoth Triumph, so I'm going to play Tapped Land. Damn it, Bobby. Well, shit. That was not what I was expecting off of that. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and search here. Just take a hit and let them. This just rummages. It doesn't generate card advantage, generates card selection. So we'll do this. We'll take a hit. Looks like 5-color Niv. And then next turn I have push plus Memory Lapse. No, I've seen a lot of 5-color Niv playing Territorial Kavu. Because starts like this are good for them. No, it's not aggressively slanted, like it's literally just the control deck, but they're playing for Territorial Kavu. Kavu's just a good card. Hopefully they go land and cast a spell so I can Memory Lapse and then flunk this Kavu. Ooh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe they are more aggressively slanted. This card is hilarious with Niv. Wow, that's funny. That's like really good with Niv. Narset seems decent here. Oh, I'm so dumb. I should have done this at sorcery speed, because now this hits me again. Mistakes were made, chat. I guess now that this happened, I can dispute this and then flunk this next turn and play Narset. My body is ready for their last card to be Niv Visit. Okay, so with the Drown and the Loch drawn, I just pass here, right? There's no reason to jam this and get got. How would you rate the slow lands? They're very good. Very, very good.
There are so many mysteries to uncover.
I am playing four of Shipwreck Marshes in this deck, and that's not a mistake. Honestly, Lightning Helix hitting Narset when we're at 5 seems like an incredible win for us. Yeah, and I think at this point, like, the fact that Helix just hit our Narset and not our face means we're sliding into garbage time solidly. If we bin a card here, we get to flip this. Yeah, like I have flipped Azcanta now and 3 counterspells in hand already. They're gonna have to, like, if I don't get punked out by a bunch of Lightning Helixes, we're gonna be in a great spot. Yeah, if they're playing something really weird, maybe we could get got, but we're definitely a strong favorite from here. Yeah, if they have Crisis, they could get us. Yeah, we'll get that. Dispute, Aether Gust. Flunk's actually pretty mediocre here. Their hand's frequently going to be pretty full. Link to Dust seems not great. Hermit's probably fine here. Is it? I don't know. I can go either way on this one. Yahenni's expertise is not great. They could have some miscellaneous miscellaneous graveyard stuff that we want to deal with. Maybe we board in Doomblade because they had the 4-mana dragon and the Kavu. Doesn't kill Niv, obviously, but none of our other spot removal spells do either. Yeah, would I rather have Cling or Hermit? This is technically a grindy card that doesn't seem unreasonable. Yeah, and I'd like to prefix this with I have a master's degree and I've like taught at colleges, and I think the way we approach higher education in the United States is like awful and it's toxic, Drax. The idea that like if you don't go to college you're some kind of failure is so awful, and it's a big part of why the student loan problem that we have ballooned to what it is in the United States, right? Like not only is college overpriced, but like we told a bunch of kids that like if you don't go to college you're a failure. So like these kids took out all these loans being told that like this is what you have to do or you're a failure. They were basically lied to and they were scammed. It's really terrible. And that's why, even though I personally don't have any student loan debt, I am very pro we should cancel all of the debt. These people were basically scammed. Something that I've talked about before is that the reason why I don't have any student loan debt is because I went to community college for 2 years, and then I got a scholarship for the state school that I went to finish my bachelor's degree at. And then for my master's degree, I worked for the school that I was getting my degree from and didn't pay for tuition there because I was working for the school. And if I hadn't been fortunate to have adults that could steer me to say, hey, you should go to community college. Hey, you should go to the state school. Hey, you should only get the master's if someone else is paying for it. I would almost assuredly be in a different position. Took my divination. That was rude. Memory lapse. Yeah, that's something that a lot of people don't know too. I actually started at the community college when I was 16. So like I finished my master's degree by 21, which feels like an eternity ago at this point, narrator, because it was an eternity ago. That's absurd and should be borderline criminal. Took out 14K in student loans. In the last 7 years, I've paid $8 grand and I still owe 12,000. Yeah, remember when I said people were getting scammed? Yeah, that's big scam energy right there. Are we the bad guys? No, I'm just a product of the environment in which I've been raised, chat. It's a memory lapse world and the rest of us are living in it, okay? Don't you judge me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, chat. They're also a big, clunky, greedy deck. Don't feel bad for them. They're doing the same shit we are. We're just doing it better than them so far. We did this at sorcery speed in case we drew a Narset, and we did.
Those who cannot perceive can hone your prowess.
Well, a for-profit school isn't a community college, WinMag is. So community college is explicitly a state school that usually has a much lower cost per credit hour. Whitwiff and Drew Peacock, thanks for the follows. All right. They got an IV through. We have a game.
I have just the trick for this.
There's only 4 cards in their bin. I don't really have a ton of great ways to take this off the table, huh? Siphon Insight's actually incredibly good for them here. I'm gonna go ahead and take my chump while I can. And their build is really, really something. I'm gonna memory lapse that one. I'm gonna dig for a Thoughtseize here, because if I find a Thoughtseize, I can drown in the Loch of the Niv. Okay, well now we don't need a Thoughtseize to drown in a Loch of the Niv. That's great. Morning Sloth. Yeah, their second Niv off the top was real good.
My prowess is unmatched by my peers. Keep an open mind.
It's pretty good. Oh, I could have clinged this. Do I want to do that? No, I think I want to hold up commit. Might have been right to cling their Siphon Insight though. What if I just let this happen? I guess let this happen. I have an Azcanta activation I get to threaten here. If they don't have a way to exile this from the bin, I get to memory next turn with Narset in play. I'll look for a way to deal with their thing. Thoughtseize is pretty good. So now I get to spot check for a counterspell. Or for Helix / exile your Narset. I should down tick my Narset before I do this. This is a mistake. They could Helix Narset in response now. And then I don't get to draw a card off of her. So my sequencing was wrong here. I guess I technically want to Impulse Narset after I memory, though. So this isn't strictly wrong, I guess. Everything worked out. Okay, Thoughtseize you. Fatal push your thing. Down tick, my friend.
Meditate and prepare.
Your move, Yugi boy. Hey, Pervidia, thank you for the sub gift. I really appreciate it. Ward 3, right? Yeah. This was my land, by the way. They took it off our deck. I lose this game by randomly getting burned out, so let's gain some life and make a shark. This format's kind of gas when you're a wild animal. I mean, a control player. See, chat, I was talking the other day. I don't know that I dislike historic so much as I need to readjust my expectations. And maybe we're just supposed to be doing stuff like this, you know? It's a memory lapse world, and the rest of us are living in it. And I just need to, like, stop playing bad brews and lean into just playing all the good cards. Magic's a lot easier when you play all of the good cards, chat. Hey, good games, Mars. Good luck in the rest of your laddering today. We are at least playing hipster control. Hey, and thanks for the 2 months, Mars. We're playing all the good cards, but we're doing it in a way that's unique. Yeah, I think we're gonna do zombies today for sure. Cloudy with a chance of sharks in the forecast. Jimmy Snowshoes, thanks for re-upping the Prime. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Tapped land being a little punishing here. Fatal Push is an excellent draw, obviously. I think if they iterate shit, I'm going to dispute push here. I think if they just put a bunch of counters on Dorat, I'm probably just going to cycle Shark Typhoon. Yeah, I'd like to have my best chance at the land next turn. Drew more Shark Typhoons than lands. Shuffler confirmed flat. How many lands are in our deck again? We're playing 26 lands. Sounds right. 26 lands, kept 2 land on the draw, cycled 2 cards. Missed on 3. This is where the magic happens. Shuffler is very PogChamp, chat. Dispute sounds good. Legion's Undone Flunk sound good. Yahenni's Expertise does not sound good. I think Thoughtseize comes out here too. I'd rather have counterspells, I think. We need to splash red so we can play Iteration. It's Hermit for the mirror. Yeah, it's for control decks and it's for combo decks. It's a cheap threat you could board in against combo that's also disruptive. Any other blue-based combo or control. Card's nuts against other control decks. Like, it's a counter spell that then makes sure things uncounterable. Sign me up. Yeah, it's super strong. I would honestly, I expect actual Jeskai control to start boarding that card too. I think you're probably supposed to. It's very good. It could be right to shock to be able to push a Delver or a Dragon Rage Chandler on one. Delver flunked out shit. Let's get him out of here. And if they don't go double threat here, I'll be able to Fatal Push their follow-up threat and then Memory Lapse them. Super unfortunate. Never lucky. Speaking of... God, I think we're dead, chat. Maybe I am supposed to leave my expertises in post board. Kills all of these, right? Yeah, thinking through this, boarding out my expertise was wrong. Just inexperience with the matchup / this deck. Nah, I'd be surprised if you're playing Demi-Lich. It's like just Delver stuff. Is Hermit a wizard? It is. Yeah, we're just pretty buried at this point. I don't have a catch-up card. We'll board better next time. Yeah, that is true. The old stumble and die on 2 into flood out a little bit. Your request, I look at a brew that I'm working on. If you just want some loose thoughts on things, pop on into the subs Discord server and feel free to tag me in the appropriate format channel when I'm not live, and I'll take a peekaboo at it. If you'd like to make a donation for me to play something on stream and do some iterating on it, the details on that can be found there, but I'm always just happy to look at deck lists for no extra dollar dues in the Discord when I'm offline. That's great, Gilf. Hashtag sometimes lucky. Any thoughts on playing Pioneer? Both Magic Online and Pioneer are incredibly unpopular in my experience making content. And in comparison, I currently have 3 different Magic Arena formats that are all worth playing: Historic, Brawl, Historic, and Standard. So, no, not really planning to load up Magic Online anytime soon. My couple of Pioneer sample contents that I put out were not well received. And in terms of my enjoyment of the format, it was kind of middling, so I'm just gonna stick to real video games. Alright, chat, nothing but the biggest brain plays here in our control mirror. I agree that Pioneer would be better received from a content perspective if it was available on Arena. Magic Online's rate of play is glacial at best. Yeah, that's a good note. Based on the lands, it tells us that our opponent is not playing creativity, they're playing regular Just Guy, which is to be expected at this point. Creativity's been less popular. Are any of the first 5 Unite Pokemon unplayable or more playable? Who are the first 5? Snorlax is offered in there, right? Snorlax is great. Most of the Pokemon are pretty playable. And the ones that were unplayable recently got buffs. Pikachu's my current favorite. Snorlax is probably the most powerful. Talonflame might be good, it just got a buff. Alright, do we just YOLO the Narset because we have Dispute? What caused creativity to fall off? Creativity is bad against regular Jeskai control. And regular Jeskai control isn't meaningfully worse against creature decks. So the deck's creativity is good against, regular control is also good against, and regular control is good against creativity. This is a little aggressive on my part, but let's do it. I'm excited to get to try out our Hermits in this matchup postboard. The real question is, if they counter here, do I fight? I think the answer is yes. Because, like, the scary thing they can do next turn is Teferi, right? And Narset makes Teferi not draw cards. I guess they could, like, Teferi plus Teferi. They could Teferi plus Teferi Helix the Narset, and then I get into trouble. But, like, if they, like, Teferi down tick, the Shark kills it. And if they Helix here, that's fine. I drew a card off of this already, so, like, exchange is reasonable for us. Clayton getting to exile. Opus is great. And then I intentionally let them untap here because they want a Gear Hulk in response. We'll Memory Lapse them. Hey, afternoon, MB. Welcome back. I think main deck Hermit is good enough for Spirits. Yeah, probably. Card's real good. This format's super controlling right now, and the card's good against control. If I was doing this to a non-Jeskai player, I might feel bad, but my opponent's playing Jeskai chat, so they deserve what they're currently experiencing. They're the reason I've become what I've become, chat. They created this monster. They get to live with it. Hey, Ikarigami, thanks for re-upping that Prime for the 2nd month. Welcome back. I want to play mid-range decks. I want to play creature decks, but they exist. So now I'm here doing this, and they get to suffer. Hey, Hellion, thanks for the 24 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Good chat. Good chat. Hip, hip, cheerio, mate. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Do 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 do. How would I rank the new creature fast lands? Honestly, I think they're some of the best creature lands ever printed. They're not like quite like Mutavault good, but they're like, as far as the creature lands that make colors of mana go, I think they're some of the best. I think I'm gonna trim a Drown in the Loch because I'm boarding in Go Blanks. I'll leave in one. But, yeah, let's do that. Oh, there's an Aether Gust in my deck. Why is there an Aether Gust in my deck? Mistakes were made. That's fine. They have some red cards. Yeah, I clicked on that by mistake. Yeah, I agree with Gengar. I think they're on very similar power level to Colonnade and Raging Ravine and Creeping Tor Pit. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, they'll just have 6 mana. Honestly, 6 mana Chunch is probably one of their best cards against us. It's real strong. Oh man, chat. Did we memory lapse them so hard they forgot they were playing best of 3? I think we memory lapsed them so hard they forgot they were playing best of 3. Alright, they just had something come up. Not a big deal. Our hand's pretty good here. I think we just jam Narset next turn, right? Hopefully this long tank means they miss their land. Rats.
If you wish to surrender, hone your prowess.
I think it's go blank, huh? Could be Thoughtseize too. I'm gonna go blank. It's just 2 for 1 them. You see how happy the Benevolent Geist is, chat? You see how he goes from grumpy to happy? That's because Benevolent Geist gets to flip the bird to Memory Lapse. That's the smile of a man that's not getting Memory Lapse, chat. Your Memory Lapse has no power here. Now, my Memory Lapse, on the other hand, chat, my Memory Lapse has a lot of power here. Honestly, I think we can power through 2 go blanks here, right? Like, they have 7 cards in hand. I think we Thoughtseize plus Memory Lapse their Memory Lapse this turn. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to... I'm supposed to play... No, I think I want to play this tapped, right? Mizor, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate the support. Actually, I think I'm just gonna let Lapse resolve here if they do it, and we'll just be chilling for a second. Okay. I think this card goes in everything. In fact, I think if you're an aggressive deck, you can justify main decking this card in this format very easily. Yeah, the way this played out with them having 2 lapses, taking the second go blank was probably wrong. What deck has felt like a nice home for the new Ren? Everything. Card just goes into, like, literally everything. Does your deck make green mana? Probably wants some red. Take a look at the results of the most recent Hillglandia Open. Ton of good Ren decks. Wow. Do I have an answer to that? Oh, this isn't too bad with Narset in play, right? If they draw Opus or Gearhulk this turn, they could kill these, kill Narset. But outside of that, I think we're still in a fine spot. And if they start attacking, I have a Hall of the Storm Giants here. And playing Arena for 4 days, I used all my wild cards to craft Ren, Rangers class, and Chariot. Those are fantastic uses of your resources. They find an answer to Narset here, they could be okay. We'll have a game if they find an answer to Narset. If they don't find an answer to Narset, I think we're solidly ahead. Wait, if we untap with all of these, we're in a great spot. Okay. Rough.
Won't forget our time together.
Yeah, we're dead here. Wasn't a whole lot we could do there. I don't think I want answers to Nizal post-board. I guess the extra Drown in the Loch is good. We just needed to, like, have our opponent not peel on us after they peeled the first time. I mean, the Nizal didn't win that game. Like, we lost to Torrential Gearhulk plus Magma Opus. Like, the Nizal was not very good. The Nizal was completely locked out by Shark Typhoon plus Narset. I could have sequenced my earlier turns there different to force through the go blanks. Maybe that was a mistake on my part. We can prioritize that a little bit better next time with our sequencing. Yeah, one extra card per turn cycle didn't matter, though. Yeah, playing good cards is busted. For sure. Gosh, our opponent is taking forever. Why do people that play decks that win slowly also play slowly, chat? They took a minute and 59 seconds out of the 2 minutes for sideboarding. Our lands are awkward. There's a reason why. This is the only Drowned Catacomb in my deck, right? Yeah, actual factual one Drowned Catacomb. Straw. These lands are so good, chat. It is unreasonable how good these lands are. They're so fantastic. These don't have land types, right? Yeah, so this is still tapped. Very comparable to these buddy lands. I think they're much better. It's like another Drowned Catacomb would have been tapped here, right?
Meditate and prepare. Mind and body should move in unity, with thoughtfulness before action.
Take a Thoughtseize for next turn. Yeah, you're thinking of the battle lands that come into play untapped if you have 2 or more basics.
Such violence is upsetting.
I think I've been that. I want to just try and work towards my land drops naturally. So we can flip Search for Azcanta next turn. We'll cycle Shark Typhoon, and then if we bin the top card, it flips over. 5 cards in bin currently. Being a Thoughtseize deck makes us much better at flipping Search than Jeskai is, which is nice in this pseudo mirror. And now, with this counter, I lose my 1/1 Shark, but it means I flip Azcanta, even if I want to keep the card that's on top of my deck, which is great. And I feel like anytime a Memory Lapse doesn't generate tempo, meaning it traded 2 mana for my 1 mana here, or 2 mana for 2 mana, I end up really far ahead, or less behind than we otherwise would be. So pretty happy with that that exchange. And I'm happy to redraw Dispute here. Sometimes you have to, like, reload the app, XGC. It's real awkward. Start here and see what they do. Sure. They could be right to just activate Azcanta this turn instead of playing Narset. They don't have a... What's it called in the bin yet, though? So I don't have to be too scared of Gearhulk. They don't have a Magma Opus. Hey, thanks for 11 months of Prime Malevolence. They removed the Zapdos debuff from Dreadnought. That's good to know. I think that's a positive change, too. Things like that weren't clearly communicated were a bad gameplay experience. Our opponent must have something else going on while they're playing. They've been glacial at several points. They have 12 minutes on their clock. I have 22 minutes on mine. No, so when you killed Dreadnought in Pokemon Unite, your team did 50% less damage to Zapdos for the next 90 seconds. And it didn't communicate that that was a thing at any point. I think I'm going to fight over this. How do you play Pokemon Unite? It's on mobile. It's on mobile as of today, as well as Nintendo Switch. And it is free to play. And in fact, not only is it free to play, but the patch today made it way more free to play. It's like legitimately free to play, put $0 in, be competitive very quickly, free to play. Which is great. You love to see it. I was already of the opinion the game was great and likely going to be very popular. And with the changes to making it more free-to-play friendly, there's no way. There's no way it's not huge.
I am just the trick.
Let's make a command for Unite items. I'm just casting Shark Typhoon, right? What did the patch do to make it free to play? At levels 10, 12, and 14, you get a item that maxes your level, or maxes the level of an item that you have to play. I think I just let this happen. And again, just like doesn't really matter because Narset. Yeah, it's really huge. Well, it can't be counter, but I could have made a 2/2 Shark Jet. I was debating it if I wanted to cast Grizzly Shark, not if I wanted to Memory Lapse their card. I think I just draw 2 cards here, right? We have enough blockers for Nizal now. This isn't unblockable, right? No, yeah. Now, if they have a Helix here, that's the downside to waiting on my thing. Man, nice 7-drop. What a powerful Magic the Gathering card my opponent had. Pretty impressive. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. They have not announced PC support for Unite. Fat Robot, thank you for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Got me. You will not be Thoughtseized. Listen, chat, I know missing with the Azcanta feels bad, but now I'm not drawing lands for the next 4 turns, so we'll take it. They had a Helix, they would have burned Narset. Yeah, that's true. And honestly, there's probably a good chance Helix isn't in their deck post board. There is not built-in controller support for Unite on mobile. Hopefully they add it. I think that'd be a good quality of life improvement. Yeah, I agree. There might be like some Helix in their deck, but I'd be surprised if like all 4 are in post board. They have to cut some things to bring in their anti-control cards. I'm doing well, Packers fan. Just like there likely aren't Wrath of Gods or Anger of the Gods in their deck post board, so these Sharks are just going to build up and overwhelm them. I can do this all day, opponent. Wow, was that 5 lands in a row? 6 lands in a row? 6 lands in a row, chap. And it doesn't matter, because I have Shark Typhoon. And I have Azcanta. This blue-black deck seems really good, by the way. If you're looking to make people miserable in Historic, like, seems like this checks a lot of the boxes you want to check in this format. Hey, chat, you want to see a neat trick? Look at this ugly non-foil shark. This pleb non-foil shark. What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine. What level of bad person? Listen, chat. There's no Teferi Hero of Dominaria, and there's no Lightning Helix in my deck, okay? I'm the good guy. I'm the hero of this story. There are no heroes in this story. There are only anti-heroes. Yeah, it felt pretty good. Shipwreck Marsh was a really solid upgrade to the mana base. I had 1 Meathook Massacre in the sideboard that I don't think we ever drew. Malevolent Hermit was good against Jeskai. I think this card's really good in the format in these control decks in the sideboard. Honestly, I think even if you're an aggressive blue deck in this format, you're probably interested in Hermit. You could very justifiably main deck this card. But yeah, if you're looking to kind of push people around in Historic, I think this is something that ticks all the boxes you want to tick. There aren't too many win conditions. Shark Typhoon is plenty. We got a Hall of the Storm Giants here, so love it.